Well, what could $380 million extra dollars do for struggling school kids in Nevada? It's a question that has more to do with what's going on right here in California than you might think. That money and what happens with it in the Silver State courts could change what happens with the MLB team that's definitely out of Oakland and will make its home in West Sacramento for at least 3 years. I'm live now with Alexander Marks from the NSEA, the Nevada State Education Association, one of the groups leading the charge against his state welcoming Oakland's former baseball team with a stadium partially funded with taxpayer dollars. Good morning to you, Alexander.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
No problem. Now, Nevada ranks 48th in the country for per pupil funding, has some of the largest class sizes and most teacher vacancies. And yet, last June, your governor, Joe Lombardo, signed SB 1, sending millions that your group says could be used to support students to a baseball team instead.
Absolutely. So the public funds should not be going to a baseball stadium. Public funds should be going to public education and other essential services. It's that simple. You know, like you said, we're 48th in the nation when it comes to class size. We're 48th in the nation when it comes to funding. We're at the bottom of every good list. You know, we have no shortage of issues, and yet our politicians were focused on helping out a billionaire to build a stadium in which will not solve any of our issues here in Nevada.
The NSEA created a political action committee, a PAC, called Schools Over Stadiums, that's trying to get a referendum on the November ballot to reverse this $380 million funding move. You would need 102,000 signatures collected by June 26 to get this in front of the voters. But right now, you're waiting on a ruling by the Nevada State Supreme Court clarifying wording on the petition. One judge has said that the current wording is confusing.
Correct. So the A's sued teachers. We all remember those headlines. Billionaires don't want Nevada voters to decide on this issue, and that's why they had to sue us. We are literally what stands in their way, and they're afraid of that. So whether, you know, we're looking at results from Jackson County, Missouri a couple weeks ago, where those voters voted something like this down. There was an Emerson poll a couple weeks ago showing a majority of Las Vegas voters opposed public money going towards a baseball stadium. You know, taxpayers in Nevada should have the opportunity to vote on where their tax money goes. So we are waiting on a decision. You know, we feel pretty good about oral arguments from last week. You know, the important thing to keep in mind is that this effort is about allowing everyday Nevadans to decide where they want their money to go. And in a state ranked 48th in funding, highest vacancies, largest classrooms, we know they're going to vote schools over stadiums. So the oral arguments just provided another great opportunity for us to further explain our position about why our referendum was correct and highlight the fact that a billionaire is suing teachers so that Nevadans have to pay for this stadium.
You're expressing a lot of confidence about how you think this will go if it were to get to voters, but people love their sports. How confident are you that this would pass at the ballot box, given the fact that big unions, we're talking about the hospitality union, the culinary unions, are actually behind this stadium and the taxpayer dollars being used for it?
Yeah, I can only point to the recent Emerson poll that had support for this stadium underwater 20%. So right now, 52% of Las Vegas voters oppose this stadium. You stretch that out throughout, you know, the Clark County area and up to Reno, where a stadium in Las Vegas will not benefit them at all. That number is only going to get higher. The stadium is not very popular. Folks are seeing what issues we have in public education right now. They're seeing our issues with housing. They know that a stadium is not going to solve any of those problems. It's not going to bring in the revenue we think it's going to bring in. Everybody's pretending. We've got, you know, mountains of data from the last 40 years saying that stadiums, especially publicly funded stadiums, are not the revenue generator everybody swears they are when they're trying to get these subsidies from a legislature.
Before we have to let you go, 2 months ago, Strong Public Schools Nevada, also affiliated with the NSEA, filed a constitutional challenge to SB 1, claiming that it violates the state constitution in 5 different ways. What are those ways?
So a lot of them have to do with the 2/3 majority. There's a lot about the state backing the bonding from the county level. That would be a violation of the Nevada Constitution. You know, the law was not made generally applicable because it's literally just says, you know, the cross streets of Tropicana and Las Vegas Boulevard. But, you know, we'd organized for a couple months while we were doing the referendum, and we were obviously committed to blocking the use of public funds. And we had our attorneys looking at the Constitution to see what we could sue on. You know, John Fisher's trying to meddle around in this lawsuit as well. But thankfully, the Nevada Constitution is here to protect everyday Nevadans and not out-of-state billionaires who are on corporate welfare. But we feel good about this lawsuit. It's causing a lot of doubt with his financing. I think, again, at the end of the day, the A's are afraid that if Senate Bill 1 either goes to the ballot or gets before a court, they're going to lose. And that's why they have a fleet of attorneys trying to intervene in every effort that we're trying to do out here.
All righty. Well, we know it's a big issue now, a bigger issue for folks in our area, because we will have that Oakland team right here for quite some time. We will be checking back in with you about the developments there with these court cases that could affect where that team intends to go. We appreciate your time this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Definitely.